Greetings, Benjamin J. from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, this is a Marx 490 double reduction motor, and I just got this repaired. I wanted to do a quick video on this. Now, I mentioned this in an earlier video. I got this, and you applied power to it, and it would move about that far and stop. You'd shut the power off, power it up again, and it would move that far again and stop. And that was it. That's all it would do. And it was the armature. One of the coils was bad in the armature. So anyway, I went through my parts, pulled the armature out, and I was going to change the push rods and put standard push rods on it, but it's double reduction, so I don't have that gear. Anyway, got it running, and just put a new headlight on it. And as you see, I did the bypass on the E unit, and it's up and running. It's actually running quite well on the bench. So I'm going to put it on the track. Now, it only runs forward, of course, but it's running. That's the important part. So I'll just run it down to the end of the track, then I have to go get it. So it's running really well, plenty of power. And I was going to actually cannibalize this for parts. And since I had the armature, I thought I would go ahead and stick a new armature in it, and that solved the problem. It's running really well, as you can see. Woohoo! So I will very likely put this back into a shell. I've got a 490 shell here. I also have a red one that I painted, and put the motor in the red one into a, I'm not sure, metal engine of some kind. And that's what I do, is I buy these things to upgrade from a plastic engine into a metal one. And so I'll find these motors, pull them out, get them running, clean them up, and then find a wind up and convert it, or find a really beat to death engine and pull the motor out and swap it and use the other one for parts. And you can do a lot just doing simple things like this. And this bypass, again, all you do if you want to bypass the E unit, cut all the wires coming out of the E unit that go to the coil. Run a power wire from the headlight to this side of the coil, run this side of the coil to the brushes, and the motor will run forward. It's really simple to do this. And it works well. It's instant. If you have a E unit that is defective, this motor is never going to run again unless you bypass it. The alternative, of course, is to completely gut the motor, pull the wheels, split the case, take out the E unit, replace it, put it all back together, and then hope the replacement works. And I buy these things for $10 and less. And a new E unit costs more than that. So it seems really redundant to pick up an engine for $10 and then spend $15 to repair it. It just doesn't, it's not economically feasible. So to get them running, I just bypass the E unit. I find it quite annoying that these engines start in reverse. In any case, I do not like it. And so I just bypass the E unit on not all of them, but all the ones that stutter or don't work instantly perfectly, I bypass them. There's nothing worse than having an engine sit there and buzz and then slam into forward or slam into reverse, or have an E unit that only works sometimes. So it's easier, in my opinion, just to bypass the E unit and be done with it. It also increases available power to the motor, because this is a direct connection to the coil rather than going through these little contacts in the E unit. So it runs, the motor will run better and have much more power if you bypass the E unit and run power directly to the coil. It's really simple to do it, as you see. It only takes a minute, and any motor that won't run because it's not getting power due to the E unit, this bypass will fix it and get it running absolutely instantly. So this motor is running well, no doubt about that. So I'll go up here and run it back. And this is actually the first time this has run on the rail. And it has not run since the day I got it. Like I said, it would start and then it would stop. And turned out it was the armature. So it has a new armature. It's been lubed and tuned. Just put a new headlight in it. And it's running really well. Like I said, I was going to pull these push rods off. It's easier just to change the axle. than to actually pull the rods off the wheels. But in this case, I might just go ahead and peen these down and pull these push rods off and put standard push rods on it. Not sure. Or just wait till I get the correct wheel. Anyway, I just want to do a quick video on this. You know, just because these things don't run when you get them doesn't mean that they don't run. And I buy these just for parts. And obviously the ones that I cannot fix go into the part box, and I just cannibalize them. And like I said, one of these motors will fix 6 others. And just a quick rundown on the parts you'll get out of this is, if you have a single reduction motor, you've got both axles, 4 wheels, the push rods, the brushes, the brush springs, the brush plate, the armature, the coil, the E-unit, the socket for the light bulb, the crossbar assembly, the main contactor and its spring, plus all of the gears. So there's a lot of parts in this one motor, and out of this one motor you can fix lots of other stuff. So it was a really simple fix. Basically, I had to replace the armature, and you know, it just drops into position. Put the side plate back on, reinstall the brushes, and you're up and running. And like I said, I did bypass the E-unit, and these things just run 1,000% better when you bypass the E-unit, because you're not running the power through these corroded contacts. You're getting power directly to the coil. And you'll see a dramatic and instant difference in how these motors run if you bypass the E-unit. Anyway, so a new motor up and running. So for now, I'll put it back in a 490 body. And like I said, it'll very likely wind up in either a wind-up conversion Commodore Vanderbilt or a metal engine that I can find on eBay. Anything I can find cheap, but the whole idea, of course, is to upgrade from plastic to metal, and that's what I do. So I just wanted to do a quick video on repairing the Marx motor, and of course the parts you can get out of the ones that you can't fix. It's definitely worth doing this. Having just the parts out of one motor, you can fix usually 5 or 6 others. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video on this. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.